when we say organic compounds, these are compounds which contain carbon as their skeleton and their structure. So proteins contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Carbohydrates contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The same with lipids, but of course they are heterogeneous. And here the proteins, aside from carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, it also contains nitrogen. Okay? As we have this structure, proteins are made up of amino acids as the building blocks. What are the building blocks of proteins? Amino acids. And these amino acids are held together by peptide bond. They are held together by peptide bond. Okay. For carbohydrates, the building blocks are monosaccharides. Held together by what bond? Glycosidic bond. For lipids, okay, glycerol and fatty acids held together by ester bond. Now for proteins, they are made up of amino acids as their building blocks held together by peptide bond. So we have, say, proteins have many functions. So can you give one example of a protein? Just what you know. Like carbohydrates and lipids, how do proteins function? Are they also considered as energy source? Are they considered as energy source? Okay. Proteins. Yes, exactly. So when the cells run out with carbohydrates, lipids will be used up. When lipids are run out, proteins will be used up. That's why when Jesus fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, the carbohydrates were used up, then lipids were used up as energy, as well as proteins. So that's why Jesus said, men shall not live by bread alone. Because when our cells run out with these carbohydrates, then we have the alternative sources of energy, the lipids and the proteins. Okay? Now, these proteins, these organic compounds serve these functions. So it's multifunctions. In fact, proteins are the most abundant organic compounds in our body. Are you with me? And it serves with these functions. Multifunctional. So first, it functions as structure. Like in our collagen. So I told you what resists pressure. Say when our skin is being pressed, and what makes it to go back to its original form has something to do with our collagen. Now, when we grow older, however, the collagen secretion will slow down. That's why you can see several cheekbones now. Then sagging of the skin. What causes the sagging of the skin? Because it loses its collagen supply, or maybe there is decreased secretion of collagen, and of course other structures like elastin also that cause elasticity. But we have here the collagen. Now keratin. So we have these chief components: the collagen, the keratin. Are you familiar with keratin? Yes. Where you could find it? Okay, your shampoos. Okay, keratin is a protein which is present, of course, in our skin. skin. In our skin, in our hair. Okay, they are produced by keratinocytes, which are abundant in our epidermis. Okay, so the major protein in our, of course, one of the major proteins in our skin are the keratin, which is produced by keratinocytes. So collagen and keratin are the chief constituents of the skin, the bone, the hair, and the nails. Okay. Okay. Now, what's the function of the keratin? Now, keratin serves as the waterproof our skin. Say, or that protects our skin from corroding or corrosive chemicals. So that's what keratin functions, or how it functions in our skin. Okay. Now another, it serves as the catalysts. When we say catalyst, what does it mean? Catalyst, virtually all reactions in living systems are catalyzed by proteins called enzymes. So they are molecules that would speed up the reactions. So we term that as catalysts. Our body consists of several reactions, chemical reactions occurring in our body are so many, and they have been catalyzed by these enzymes, which serve as the catalysts. Enzymes as catalysts. So they speed up reactions. Another, movement. For movement, muscles are made up of proteins called myosin and actin. So what makes you to have muscle contraction? Why your muscles contract? It's because of this interaction between the actin and the myosin. These are protein molecules. The myosin head binds with the actin. It's a globular protein, and that causes muscle contraction. So those are proteins. Another, facilitates in the transport. Say for example, hemoglobin. Where you could find hemoglobin?
Blood.
In the blood. So what makes the blood red? It's because of the red pigment called hemoglobin. And hemoglobin is a protein. So its function is to transport oxygen from the lungs to the cells. So this is systemic. The role of hemoglobin is to get the oxygen that is stored temporarily in the lungs. So of course, where's that oxygen from? That's taken in through inhalation. Okay, and that would be taken later by hemoglobin, which is present in the blood during gas exchange, and that would be distributed to the different cells in our body. Okay, and of course, other proteins also serve as a transport molecule across the membranes. Like as what I projected last time, the membrane consists of lipid molecules, protein molecules, 50-50. Almost 50-50 proteins and 50 lipids. But of course, some of them are bonded with other molecules like lipids and carbohydrates. So now those proteins, where you could find, now those proteins